Hi everyone, welcome to We Make Funnel, and this is going to be my first video in this channel. And in this video I'm going to show you how to make a WordPress website from scratch. WordPress has been one of the most important tool for online marketers, and in fact we have 33% of websites that are running on the internet completely based on WordPress. So it is a very essential skill, and let me tell you, this video is for complete beginners. If you have some understanding and knowledge of WordPress, then this video might not be that useful, because I'll be just covering the entire basic of having a WordPress website. So if you want to learn how to start your WordPress website, you're doing it for the first time, then I think it is one of the best videos that you can watch on the internet right now, because I'll be explaining everything from basic right to the top. So if you want to learn how to make a WordPress website, let's get started. What's up everybody, welcome to We Make Funnel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a WordPress website. I know this is for complete beginner, so if you have any understanding of how to make a WordPress website, unfortunately this video is not for you. But if you are someone who is just looking into starting a WordPress website, trying to understand how this thing works, maybe this is your first time trying to understand how to make a WordPress website, well, you are at the right place, because in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a WordPress website from scratch, and with the help of diagram I will show you what it takes for your user to visit your website, what happens in the backend, what is server, what is hosting, what is SMTP. Everything will be covered in this video, and I'll also share how using different plugins you can upgrade your WordPress website. Now I know if you are a complete beginner, it can be a bit overwhelming for you to understand, but I'll try my best to simplify this tutorial. And for the matter of fact, I'm going to divide this tutorial into three parts. In part number one, I'm going to show you what is the architecture behind making a WordPress website. I'll simplify it using this diagram. In step number two, I'll show you how to configure your WordPress server or your website. And in step number three, I'll take you to the WordPress dashboard and will show you how to configure your website from there. So I know it is a lot to cover, and if you are dedicated enough to learn and understand how to start your own WordPress website, this tutorial is for you. Let's get started. Alright, so let's try to understand. Let's say this is your website. Alright, this is your website. I'll take my pen right here and will show you that if someone is trying to land on this website, let's say this is your website. Alright, you want to make this website and you want to sell some stuff, you want to write blogs, and this is your domain name, your website.com. Let's say some users are trying to search for your website. They'll search your website, they'll go to your website. Then what is happening in the backend? What servers you have established to start your WordPress website? So first of all, when a user is searching your domain name, there is a thing called domain name. If you are not aware of that, domain name is basically kind of your home address, wherever you live, the exact location where you order stuff, where your foods are delivered, the exact location. The terminology that you use for your address is the terminology domain name for your website address. I hope that is clear. Now, once you have your address, you have your website address, and once you have your website, you will have some images, you will have some text, you will have some graphics on that website, you will take orders, you will receive data request. Now, where that goes, this all storage is done on a place, something which is called hosting. All right, sorry for my bad handwriting, but it is what it is. So there is something called hosting, which is responsible for hosting all your data. Very straightforward, right? Now, once you have a domain name, you start your WordPress website, you install this hosting, and this hosting provider will give you a platform, which is also called CMS, which is a content management system. And this CMS is WordPress. WordPress is not a software, WordPress is not a tool, it is a CMS. It helps you to manage content on your website. Now, what happens? Once you install WordPress using a hosting, there are few things that you need to understand. Your all images, your code, your database is here. This is hosting, where everything has been hosted, and from here you're going to use your website. Whenever user requests for your website address, what they're doing is they're essentially downloading your website data from server to their browser, and now they're browsing your website. Now, it is very complicated. Initially, if you'll try to make a website, you'll have to write code. Then you'll have to upload that code onto hosting. And every time you want to do a slightest change, you want to change the image, you want to change the text, you'll have to write the code again and upload it again or you can use a different tool to change the code on the server. Now, what WordPress has done, it has given you an ecosystem of different plugins. With the help of plugins, you don't need to write code. You install WordPress, and there is some smart brain out in the world who has made this incredible plugin ecosystem, and with a click of button you can have that functionality on your WordPress website. So let's say this is a website and you want to make it e-commerce. So there is a plugin called WooCommerce which will help you to collect payment and just manage all the e-commerce stuff. Let's say this is your WordPress website and now you want to send email automations. There is a pretty cool plugin which is called Fluent CRM, which will integrate on your website and it'll help you to send emails to your subscribers. What if you want to make sales funnel? There is a plugin called Funnel Kit which will help you to make sales funnel. What if you want to design beautiful landing pages but you don't want to write code? There is a plugin called Elementor which will help you to design different landing pages. What if you want to sell courses? There is a plugin called Tutor LMS which will help you to sell courses on your website. All in all, what I'm saying you is when you install WordPress on your hosting provider, you have unlocked the unlimited possibility of customization, and now you can use WordPress in whichever form you like. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is, in step number 1, I'm going to show you how this thing is accumulated, how a website is made on the internet. So this is how website is made. You need a domain, which is your website address. You need a hosting where you will host all the thing. All the thing means all the images and graphics that you have on the website. And lastly, you need to install WordPress. So this was step number 1. And in step number 2 of this tutorial, I'll show you where you can buy the domain, which hosting to use, and in step number 3 I'll show you how to install WordPress. All right, so step number 1 is completed. This is how a website functions on the internet. And now with that, let's move on to step number 2, is understanding how to use domain and how to use hosting. So there is a very cool website which is called GoDaddy, and here you can just search for whatever domain you want. Let's say I just want to have a domain on makeafunnel.com. Whatever, you can write this makeafunnel.com. You can take a makeafunnel.in as well, and from here you can just purchase your domain name. So this is a place which is called GoDaddy, and here you search for all different kind of domain name and you buy it. Later in this tutorial I'll show you how to use this domain name, but for now, if you want to have your own website, you can go to godaddy.com. There will be a link down below in the description, or you can directly Google it, and from here you can just come here. You can search for whatever name that you like, or you can take some suggestions from AI, which we all are doing right now. But I'll suggest use your creative juices and just try to come up with a good name, because using AI is not often a good idea for creative people. All right, so from here you will have your domain name. You can see this is the variation. These are the variations that you can have, funnelcreator.com, all the variation that you'll have from your idea. All right, now once you have a domain name, what is the second thing that we need? We need a good hosting. Now when it comes to hosting, I'll tell you something, right? When it comes to hosting, there are 3 options. First is your shared hosting. Okay, shared hosting is the most common hosting which you see, be it the basic plan of Bluehost, the basic plan of SiteGround, or you can use Hostinger as well. This is something called shared hosting. Now what happens here? It is kind of a rental apartment. Let's say this is floor 3, floor 2, floor 1, ground floor. There is a rental apartment, and this apartment has been allocated to various people. So this is shared hosting. What happens? There is a building, there is a server which is shared by user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. And it has a drawback which I'll explain you. It has a lot of pros as well. You get it cheap. Shared hosting are usually a bit low in cost. And the con is, whenever there is a guest in floor number 2, or there is a surge of traffic in, let's say, second website, you will have to suffer because space is limited. And if any one of you have a surge of traffic, they are running paid ad or they are getting a lot of traffic, your website speed may go down. So this is the con of shared hosting, and pro is you get it cheap. The second type of hosting, which is VPS hosting, often dedicated hosting, cloud hosting. Cloud hosting is also a form of VPS hosting, not exactly VPS dedicated. So just to not complicate you, there is another form of hosting which is called cloud hosting. What this does is they kind of give you your own space, your own house, your own villa, whatever you call it, and you are the only boss here. You dictate whether your traffic surge will increase the website speed or decrease the website speed, because you are the boss here. The con is it is slightly expensive. Not that much, but slightly expensive. If you want to just start out your website, it really depends what you want to do from your website. All right, let's say you want to make an e-commerce website. I would not suggest you a shared hosting. You should go for a VPS hosting, because there will be a lot of users, there will be a lot of activity, there will be a lot of transactions, so you need a dedicated space. But what if you want to start a small blog, maybe micro niche blog? You can go for a shared hosting, because there are not a lot of transaction, I would say. Not very heavy duty processing is going to take place on that website. It is just going to be you writing some blogs, and users are just going to come there and maybe just buy something from your affiliate link. So in that case, I would suggest to go with shared hosting. So I don't know what is the thing that you're looking for, what is the reason you're watching this tutorial, but my guess is you want to have a website with some functionality down the road. So you can choose a VPS hosting. They all Google any good hosting provider and they'll have a VPS hosting. Few options are Bluehost, SiteGround for shared hosting, but my personal favorite is Cloudways. Uh, Controversial, right? You may like it, you may not like it, but I like to use it. I use it in all of my project. I use it for my clients. I'll tell you how to use it. The other option is Hostinger. Now this is the Hostinger account that I have. This is basically for shared hosting. I use it for shared hosting. For cloud hosting, I use Cloudways. All right. Now we'll move quickly. We'll make an account. So how to make an account? Just go to start for free. And now what I'm doing is I'm just going to show you all the steps that is needed to start your website. All right. So I'll quickly pause this video, fill up this form, and we'll be back. So I was filling up this form and I just remember that I have got a very special promo code for you. Now it'll give you 20% off on your first month. I have not discussed the pricing as well, so I should discuss pricing for Hostinger and Cloudways. So for Hostinger, depending on where you live, prices may vary a lot. For Cloudways, it is inside the account. So I'll show you what are the prices inside of a Cloudways account. But if you use my promo code, that is WPHUNTER, you will get 20% off for your first 2 months of using Cloudways. So if you want to use it, you can use it, but they do run some promotional campaigns. You can use coupon code from there as well. There will be an affiliate link down below. It will not cost you any extra, but it will give me some kind of earning. If you want to use it, you can use it, but if you don't want to use it, just go to cloudways.com and you can start your account and click on start for free. Now when you sign up for the first time, you'll have to verify your email. So you'll have to click on the email verification. Now you'll have to go to your Gmail and verify the email. Now once you have verified your email, you'll have to verify your phone number. So I'll just enter my number. I'm going to blur it for obvious reason. I'll click on send SMS. And now quickly I'll grab my phone and use the OTP that is provided. And now I'll click on verify. I have the OTP. Now next, it'll say your account has been verified, and now I'll be taken to the dashboard, I guess. All right. So if you log into a Cloudways account for the first time, this is the dashboard that you will see. And if you have never seen cPanel in your life, well, congratulations, because this is just going to simplify the entire process, because it is different from cPanel. So let me just quickly give you an overview of what we have here. First of all, we have applications, we have servers, and we have projects. Inside of projects, you can categorize your clients or you can categorize your different projects. Inside of projects, you can have your server. Now what is server? I have explained you here that for any WordPress website, you need a place to store content, which is called hosting. So your server is basically your hosting, which we are going to select from here. So as we have moved towards the cloud hosting platform, we have these options. We have got DigitalOcean, Vultr, Linode, AWS, and Google. Now what Cloudways does, it acts as a bridge between the techies and people like me and you. Now, not to just complicate the entire process, we need to just make our first application. We need to give our server name. We'll have to have a project name. All right. So now what I'll do, I'll quickly just give my application a name. So let's just use my old name, which was WordPress Hunter, and my project will be Ashwin Test. Now here I have all the options. Now when you're starting out, they'll recommend you to have a 2 GB plan. It gives you 2 GB RAM, 50 GB of NVMe SSD, and 2 TB of transfer, which one core processor. Now when you have a production website, I will recommend this plan, where you have 2 core processor and a 4 GB plan with 80 GB of NVMe SSD. And when you have a very good website, you want more performance out of it, you are getting enormous amount of traffic, which I highly believe you will, you'll have to go with this plan. But the unfortunate thing about this plan is it'll cost you $99 per month. Now, if you are watching this video, I assume you are a beginner and you need time to design your website. So when you are selecting your plan, just go with this one, right? Just go with 1 GB plan, which is for $11 monthly, or you can just go with this $14 plan, which will give you a slight edge, slightly better than this 1 GB plan. It'll give you 25 GB of NVMe SSD. So if you are starting out, just start with this 1 GB plan. Later on, you can increase it. I'll show you how to do it. But for now, just click on 1 GB, and next you'll have to select location. Now in location, you'll have to be very specific. Select the location of your target visitor. Let's say you are going to get a lot of visitor from USA, select New York. But if you are expecting a lot of traffic from India, select Bangalore. If you are expecting a traffic surge from, let's say, UK, select London. So I hope you get the point, right? Wherever you are expecting your visitors to be, just select that location and click on launch. Now, when you're using Cloudways for the first time, you get one chance. You get just one chance to create your server. This is not my trial account. I have just switched the account. Now here I have multiple servers, but if I'll just view my server, this Ashwin test one, it is adding a new server. When you're using Cloudways for the first time or you're using it for trial version, you will get this server. It'll take you around 10 minutes, but this will add all the thing that you need to start your WordPress website. Now I'll pause this video. When this is ready, I'll tell you what is the next step. Meanwhile, make sure you don't delete this server, because if you delete it, your trial will expire and then you'll have to just upgrade your account. Upgrading means you'll have to just add the card detail before you can make more servers. All right. So I'll pause this video. It'll take around 5 minutes said by Cloudways, but I feel it'll take around 10 minutes. And once it's ready, I'll show you what is the next step. Alright, so now server has been installed successfully, and once the server has been installed, you'll have these options. First of all, you have your application, then you have a project name. Now what we can do, we can just click here and we can see other options. If you want to add another website, you can click on add application and you can do the same. If you want to transfer the server to a new Cloudways account, you can do it from here. But for now, we'll just click on this option. It'll take us to our website or application which we have just installed. And if you will click on this URL, you can see your WordPress website for the first time. This is a URL provided by Cloudways. We are going to replace this URL with our domain name, which we'll buy from GoDaddy. So I'll show you that in a minute. But for now, I'll show you some options from here. You can access your WordPress panel from here. If you click on admin panel, it will take you to your WordPress login for the first time. And if you have never used WordPress, this is where you log in. This is how plain, simple and boring it is. Now you'll also get like your username and password. You need to copy it from here. Just paste it here. You'll get another password. Sorry, that one password. Click on login. And now you will be in the back end of your WordPress website, probably for the first time if you're watching this tutorial. And if not, congratulations, you know how to use Cloudways. Alright, so this is the WordPress dashboard. From here, there are plenty of options which I'll explain you maybe in another video or maybe in this video. So I'll just give you a quick glance. From here, you can add post, means your blog post. You can click on add new. From here, you can add media. You can upload images. From here, you can add pages to your website. Now see, this is your home page and we currently have only one website, only one page, that is our sample page. So from here you can add pages to a website. From here you can see all the comments that you got on your blog post. From appearances, and if you go to themes, now you get so many themes to select from. If you're using WordPress, just click on add new and you will have a huge library to select from. Means what kind of basic functionality you want on your website throughout. All right, so from here you can select themes. Now we have plugins where all the magic begins. From plugin, you get insane library of plugin, and adding a plugin is like adding a functionality to your website. Remember, I have given you this diagram where I have shared that adding these kind of plugins will add like additional features to your website. We do it from here. We just go to plugin, click on add new, and we have all those facilities. When you click on users, click on add users, you can add additional admins, and then we have setting. So this is the basic dashboard of WordPress. We'll dive in deeper in the next video probably. But for now, for your understanding, this is how your WordPress backend looks. Now the problem is our website has a domain name which looks very shady. So we're going to change this. We're going to come back to Cloudways. We will go back to where it is. We'll just go back to domain management. Here's an option. There are other options as well, which I'll not explain you for now. I'll explain you two options. First is domain management and second is SSL. So what you need to do is you need to just copy this public IP. This public IP will help you to add domain name. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to click on this copy option. We'll go back to my GoDaddy account, and from here, if you'll just go to your my products, you can see all the products here. For now, I'll be just configuring my website as WordPressHunter.com. So I'll come back to DNS setting, which is right here. Inside of this DNS setting, there is a type which is a type, and here it is written parked. Now all I need to do is click on this edit option, and from this at the rate, let be, I'll just for value I'll just put this, and I'll just click on save. So make sure that you're confident enough of what you're doing here. If you are not confident enough, take help from someone. There will be a community link as well down below. It's our Facebook group where you can ask questions if you are confused, and we can help each other, right? So first of all, you'll have to paste your public IP to the domain name that you want to use. You need to go to the DNS setting. If you're not using GoDaddy, you're using other service provider, there will be a place for DNS setting. You need to go to DNS setting. You need to add an A record. Add name, you can add the website URL, and at value you need to add the public IP. Now once this is done, I'll just refresh this. I don't know why I'm refreshing. I'll just come back here, go to domain management, and I'll actually just copy the domain name from here. I'll copy it. I'll come back to domain management. I'll click on add a domain. I'll just enter my domain name. And if I check this option, add as wildcard, now if I don't check this option, I can only add WordPressHunter.com. But so if I check this option, I can also add subdomain and I can install WordPress on them. All right, a bit complicated, so just check this. You will learn, you will understand, and you will grow. So just check it for now. Click on save changes. It'll take some time to just save my changes, and if you will look here, we have this domain name, and I want to replace this with WordPressHunter.com. Okay, so once you have added the domain name, it will show here, and currently it is not the primary domain name. So if I'll just go back here and I'll click on application URL, you can see even though we have added the domain name, it has not changed our domain name. So what we'll do, we'll go back here again, go to domain management. All you need to do is click on this option and click on make primary. Now it'll give you a pop-up that make sure that you have your DNS setup and whatever I've shown you earlier in this video. You just need to click on set as primary, and it'll take some time. Do not disturb the guy. So let it just load, and once it is done, hopefully we can replace this URL with our primary URL. And now you can see domain has been updated successfully. Now I'll just go to access detail. Now it can take some time. Now it can definitely take some time. It was quick from my end, but it can also take up to 10 hours, maybe 12 hours, 24 hours. I don't know. It can take up to 1 day to fetch the DNS. But if I'll just click on this option, it is showing it is not secure. Advanced, proceed to my website, and it is loading the website, but there is an issue. It is not showing secured icon. This is why Google Chrome is not loading the website. So how we're going to fix this? We're going to come back to Cloudways again, and from here we need to click on SSL certificate this time. From the drop down, just click on let's encrypt SSL certificate. Now you'll have to add a business email in order to get the SSL certificate. So how you're going to create the business email? There will be a video in the description on how to create a free business email. I'll be uploading this video after this video. So once I'll upload that video, I'll put it in the description box. You can check that video. For now, I have created the Gmail. So I'll just add admin@wordpresshunter.com. I'll enter my domain name, that is wordpresshunter.com, and I'll just click on install certificate. Now let it load, let it just install the let's encrypt certificate. and it'll be valid for 90 days, but don't worry, it'll just reinstall it automatically from this dashboard, so you don't need to mess around with this setting, I think, anytime soon. So I'll just wait for a while and we will see whether this icon is gone or not. It's very important because if your website is not secure these days, Google Chrome will not allow users to view your website. All right, so let it load, let it take some time, and then we'll see whether we have the secure icon or not. And now let's encrypt. Certificate has been installed successfully. Auto renewal is on. You can see it will be valid for 90 days, but if you check this option, it'll just auto renewal. All right. So I'll go back to my website, click on refresh. Hopefully, okay, now our website is still not secure. Why it is not secure? I'll just copy this link. Maybe I'll just go to incognito window, paste it here. And yeah, it is working properly now. See, the connection is secure, so we have the security. It is just not loading in my browser right now, but our website is secure. So this is how you just make your WordPress website on Cloudways, and you basically start your journey of making your WordPress website. But the magic is from this dashboard. My session is expired, so I'll just log in again. I'll just show you. I'll just go to WordPress Hunter or maybe the admin panel. And if you want to log into your admin panel, what you can do, you can just click on slash. Either login can work for a lot of websites or a lot of service provider, login will work. It works on Cloudways. Now here you need to enter your email ID and password. Means your username and password. Just click to copy, go back here, enter your username, enter your password. Okay, I'll just enter my password and I'll click on remember me, and then I'll click on login. So it is not matching for some reason. So I'll just copy it again. I'll come back here, I'll paste it, and hopefully it'll take me to my admin panel, which is my backend of website. I'll just save for now. And okay, so the magic is here, right? You need to configure everything from here to see the changes on the front end, and we can do magic from this thing. In fact, I have made a website. I'll just show you. I have made this website from scratch. It's an edtech website, and here they sell legal courses for students. I have made this website from scratch by just using this process. I've installed WordPress like this, and it is completely functional. See, it is completely functional. You can accept prices, you can accept payments, and here are some blogs. If I'll click on any of the blog, see how beautifully designed these pages are. This all are done inside of WordPress. Everything that you see on the screen, this is the possibility that you can get when you install WordPress. So this was your first step. I believe this was your first step if you are watching this video right till this point, that you want to get started with WordPress. In next video, I'll show you how to make a blogging website through WordPress. We have just installed the backend. We'll just install this thing. And in this website, means WordPressHunter.com, I'll be showing you how to make various type of website. So we'll be starting with a blog website, then we'll move to an e-commerce website, then we'll make a course selling website, and then lastly, I'll show you how to make a landing page kind of thing inside of your WordPress. So make sure you subscribe to me. What I should say, this is my first video, I guess, and I'll be making lot of WordPress tutorials. And believe me, I've been using WordPress full time every single day for the past 3-4 years, and I have been practicing WordPress since 2016. So I have been the guy. I have seen all those things, evolution of page builders, evolution of WordPress, and everything. So with my experience, I can definitely teach you WordPress. So if you are watching till this point, thank you so much for watching. See you in my upcoming videos. Please subscribe. Let's support each other, and there will be all the important links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.